Hey, welcome to the DBB channel. Today we have an Evo Cup final Swiss round and it's the Yellow Hybrid Mirror. Now Yellow Hybrid was released all the way back in BT07 and it's pretty relevant in the current meta still. Now each booster set released some sort of yellow support and the hybrid package was able to abuse it well and push to its own potential. Now however, it's just not the card pool increase that make hybrid so strong, it was the adaptation that each time the Yellow Hybrid can bring and mix it to each meta. Now, an example will be incorporating the black base in the previous set, as the de-evolve mechanic was extremely undervalued, so they played Chikurimon and of course Ultimate Flare. But now in the current meta, the red base, Gilmon, is actually being abused. Now the draw power and aggressiveness it can provide for the Yellow Hybrid, while pairing against the Sunrise Buster, the deck definitely becomes very powerful. Now enough introduction to the Yellow Hybrids, let's dive right into the game itself as we do see Gilmon drawing 2, hitting to the security and absorbing a Sunrise Buster. Now Sunrise Buster is our only removal option usually in the Yellow Hybrid red base now, so with it actually absorbing the Sunrise Buster, it actually is a W in my books. Now we do see a Crimson Blaze coming out also. Now the Crimson Blaze is a strong card as well because it counters cards such as Solarmon, the Psychemon clones, and of course it counters Jesmon Systemons. Now we do see the Zephyrmon coming down on top of the Zoe, drawing 1, and it's going to go for the Jet Sylphimon, which is a very classic play. It's going to heal him back to 4 security here. Going to swing at the security, hitting him down to 4, but it does reveal the dual Yellow Tamer. Gonna go for another TK, and I must say TK, even though it's released back in BT01, it's such a relevant card even now in the BT10. Now he does pick up a Kari from the 4 security stack he does have, and it's gonna pass 4 memory to the right player. The right player does hatch the Digimon. Doesn't have the Gilmon here, but it's gonna push out the Dual Tamer and gonna evolve to the Kazemon. And I'm going to assume the Jet Sylphie is gonna come down as well. No, it's gonna swing at security already. That's into another Crimson Blaze though, so the Jet Sylphie does hit into another Crimson Blaze. Now we're gonna go for the dual red yellow Tamer, which is of course one of the strongest Tamers to actually pair with the red base. It's gonna swing the Jet Sylphie into the security, does hit into the Fire Tornado. Now Fire Tornado is a very unique card because it doesn't see any play back in the old sets, but it sees so much play now. And I must say this is credit thanks to the Sakuya Miko mode because it can actually play the option and of course put it in the security, and Fire Tornado in the security is definitely very strong. Now we do see the Sunrise Buster coming down to kill the Jet Sylphimon, and it's going to play the Zoe Tamer, it's going to look at the security, it doesn't pick up any hybrid though, so that's very unfortunate. It's going to pass back 3 memory to the left player. Now the right player definitely has all the dual Tamers coming together, it's going to gain a bunch of memory in his turn. Now the left player does go into another Jet Sylphimon here, putting up to 4 security, which is very nice. It's going to swing at security as well, that's into the Fire Tornado once again, so that's very nice because it actually absorbs that hit. I'm going to go for the Pyrosphere here to draw 2 cards and just simply pass the turn. Now we do have the Tamers doing a lot of work, pushing it up to 6 memory already, so you guys can see it's very strong. Now I'm going to go for another Pyrosphere here for himself. He's going to draw 2, it's going to hit to the Gilmon, which is very nice. It's going to push up the Zoe, and of course it's going to be the hybrid fodder here for the Tamers. Going to evolve into the Jet Sylphimon. The Jet Sylphimon is going to heal him back to 3. It does have the Kari to actually gain back memory here, but it doesn't actually move the memory marker, so that's very unfortunate. But it does have the dual yellow Tamer to actually hit over the Jet Sylphimon, so going to make it a very good trade. Going to go for the dual Tamer here once again, and it does have 4 memory to work with for the left player. Now of course he doesn't have the Jet Sylphimon already on the field, and the right player is going to gain a bunch of advantage because he does have less security, and with less security he does gain a bunch of memory thanks to the dual yellow Tamer and of course the red yellow Tamers as well. We're going to pick up the Sakuya from the TK. It's going to go for the Zoe here to pass 3 memory to the right player, but looks like he's still hesitating, and it's going to pick up the Zoe. It's going to go for the dual Tamer instead. So it's going to pass 4 memory to the right player instead, but he does have so much dual Tamer value. They're going to push him up to 8 memory already. Now the Gilmon will be pushed out immediately. It's going to swing at security, and it's going to use that dual Tamer, which does reduce 2 KDP for each in the security, and basically the Gilmon is 6 KDP. It's going to survive the swing against the Kazemon. Going to cast a Pyrosphere to draw 2 more cards again. Just Sylphimon swing at security, pushing down to 2 security, hitting to the Zoe. It's going to review the security, and of course no hybrids there. That's very unfortunate. Now the left player do only have 2 security left, and if the right player can go for that play I'm thinking about, which is the Venusmon play, you technically lock your opponent out of the Venusmon and of course the Jet Sylphimon. Now this is definitely because of the Venusmon passive ability, because any opponent Digimons that have negative or positive security attack, any on-evolve and on-attacking skill do not get activated. So the Jet Sylphimon and the Venusmon will of course fall into this category. So whoever activate their Venusmon first definitely lock the opponent out of their own Venusmon and is very strong of a tempo play. Now the left player do only have 1 security left and the right player does have 4. Even though he does have 6 memory left, he's going to go for the Sunrise Buster to actually kill off the Venusmon, I believe, so that he can actually just draw with his Guilmons. He's going to go for the Kari Tamer, and of course he does have more than 4 Tamers there. Actually pop for the Venusmon, he's going to draw 2, but the security attack debuff is still there. He's going to go for the Zoe to look at the security, and does have only 1 Zoe and does have 2 Digimons to end the game. So this is just a conclusion of game 1. Now going to go on to game 2 here with the Guilmon evolving straight away the nursery. And if he does have the TK to pair with the Guilmon turn 1, that will be the top 10 plays in Digimon right here, because it's such a strong starter. I myself play Yellow Hybrid, so I can actually testify that having turn 1 TK and Guilmon is such a play, you know, such a strong play. Now I do see the Zoe from the right player here as you look at the security, and it looks like he does pick up the Jet Sylphimon, which is definitely one of the most favorite card to pick up from the security because you do really want it. Now we do see the Guilmon swinging at the security here, drawing 2 as well. Such a strong draw power. It's going to hit to the Door Tamer though, and this will activate the Door Tamers moving forward. It's going to go for the TK, looking at the security for himself. Gonna pick up the Sakura Miko mode, adding it to hand, of course healing 1 more additional card to the security. And the right player will start with 4 memory distance thanks to the Door Yellow Tamer, which the Guilmon did popped out. And we're gonna see the Zephyrmon coming down as well on top of the Zoe. He's gonna swing at the Guilmon because you don't want him to draw 2 more additional cards in the next turn. And of course you can go for the Kari Tamer to just pass the turn. Very simple turn I would say. However, the left player actually react to this. He's gonna hatch to another Digimon. So he doesn't have another Guilmon, but he's going to push out the Zoe. Going to go for his own Yellow Hybrid into the Kazemon. He's going to go for the Jet Sylphimon. He's going to push him back to 6 security there. Very strong. And he's going to use that body to swing over the Zephyrmon, killing it off. He's going to go for just a Tamer to just pass the turn. So nothing too crazy right here, but just, you know, Yellow Hybrid doing Yellow Hybrid things. But the right player does go for the Sunrise Buster, which is going to kill off the Jet Sylphimon. And I must say the Jet Sylphimon body being killed there is very clutch because there's only 4 Jet Sylphimon in the deck. So every Jet Sylphimon means 1 less Venusmon or 1 less Sakuyamon. Now we're going to go for the Reinforced Memory Boost, putting the Dex1 to hand while putting the TK to the security. So that's very value. He's going to go for his own Reinforced Memory Boost, looking at top 2. Going to put the Crimson Blaze as well as the Jet Sylphy to hand. But of course this Reinforced Memory Boost isn't the best for the left player because he does have only 5 memory to work with. So he's going to immediately pass turn. The Kazemon will come down in the form of 2 memory. He's going to go for the Jet Sylphimon himself. Going to heal 1. Going to push into 6 security. He's going to use the Kari Tamer this time to gain back that 1 memory. He's going to swing at security already. That's into the Crimson Blaze, which you all know. Going to go for the Pyrosphere to draw 2. Now how will he pass the turn here? He's going to go for the Evolution. He's going to go for the Venusmon to, you know, just lock the opponent from healing. However, he does have 6 security to work with, so he's not really pressured to heal anything right here. He's going to just play the Tamers here. The first one will be the Door Tamer. Gonna go for the Reinforced Memory Boost surprisingly, which is gonna be pushing back to 3. It's actually gonna go for 4 memory play here for just the TIE Tamer once again. Now very unfortunately, because he does have the Kari Tamer, which does guarantee 3, so that might be a slight misplay there because you're just giving him 1 extra memory without using the Reinforced Memory Boost. And the Reinforced Memory Boost is actually a very important card in the Yellow Hybrid Mirror because it enables your Susanomon even more. Now that's into the TK, he's gonna pick up another TK. The right player is gonna go for his own Zoe. Looking at 6 cards there, he's going to pick up the Kazemon, of course, adding it to hand, and of course adding 1 more security to the security stack, pushing him back to 6 again. It's going to actually evolve on top of the Venusmon into the Sakuyamon mid mode, and that's the good part about Sakuyamon because he can actually abuse your level 6 bodies. It's going to play the Fire Tornado into the security, and that's where I mentioned it is very strong now because you can actually put it into the security thanks to the Sakuyamon. We're going to go to the Zephyrmon here. And I believe he's going to swing at security because you do want to proc the Fire Tornado as soon as possible, but the Jet Sylphimon will heal into 6. Going to swing at security, and we all know it's a Fire Tornado, so just going to apply the debuff right here. He's actually going to go for the Evolution into the Sakuyamon Miko mode, which is the mid mode as well. He's going to draw 1, looks like he doesn't draw into the Sunrise Buster because it will be super clutch, which can actually kill off that Sakuyamon on the right player side, and of course heal 1 additional turn. On the left player, definitely feel very vulnerable here because the right player does have the Dual Tamer here to actually kill off the Sakuyamon, making a very clean board wipe. He's going to go for another Kazemon on top of the Zoe. He's going to swing at the security already, pushing down to 5. And we do see the Sunrise Buster there, which was missing in the previous turn. Now the Sunrise Buster is going to activate the TK and of course kill off the Sakuya first. It's going to look at the 5 security there. Now we do get a glimpse of his security. I would say not the best unfortunately for this game. It's going to pick up the Zoe of course, and we do see the right player playing the Dual Tamer to just pass the turn. Now he does have 4 men to work with and he does have another Digimon ready to just swing at security next turn. He's going to go for the Kazemon on top of the TK to draw 1 to cycle of course. Gonna go for another Jet Sylphimon though. It's gonna heal 1, putting up to 6 security. They're reaching the almost deck out situation for both players, but of course Sunamon is there to help them. Gonna evolve on top of the Jet Sylphimon into the Venusmon to just pass the turn, and this will delay the right player from making any advances in the next turn. Now because the left player does have 6 security, he's able to gain 2 memory thanks to the Dual Tamer, and he's gonna just play 2 more Dual Tamers to just pass the turn, ignoring the Venusmon debuff for this turn, which is pretty nice, and does have 4 memory to work with for this turn for himself. He's gonna use the Gumon to swing at security, does draw 2 cards. He's gonna hit the Pyros here, which will just nice absorb into the Gumon. Gonna go for the Dexmon here, which is gonna be 0 cost because he does have 7 or more Digimon and Tamers combined. He's gonna hit to the Gumon here with the Venusmon. He's gonna go for the Zoe. To look at the security, he does have 6 to look at, so he's gonna of course hit into the Kazemon here. Gonna shuffle. Gonna go for another Zoe here to look at the security. And it looks like he doesn't pick up any more hybrids, which is very unfortunate. Now the right player does have a bunch of Tamer memory. It's gonna push him all the way to 10 memory, so it's gonna be a big play turn. It's gonna swing with the Gumon here to draw 2 more cards into the security. Does hit into 5 here. Does hit into the Pyrosphere, which is some sort of deja vu happening. It's gonna activate the Dual Tamer to minus 6k DP for this turn. So the Gumon is the activator. It's gonna push out the Zoe. It's gonna go for the Kazemon for 2 costs. It's gonna swing at the security. It's gonna effectively be a 9k DP Digimon. It's gonna hit into a Kari Tamer, so nothing there. It's gonna push out one of the Dual Tamer here. It's gonna evolve to another Kazemon. It's gonna do the same move I believe, but he's gonna evolve to the Jet Sylphimon first to heal 1. He's gonna have the Kari Tamer activating this time to push him back to 6 memory. It's gonna swing at security for at least 11k DP. It's gonna hit to the Fire Tornado, so this is gonna be a sign to just not do anything this turn. But it's gonna spawn 3 Dexmon here for 0 cost. Very power play, especially when all 3 of them are AAs. So that's like almost like $300 splash into the field immediately. Gonna go for the Zephyrmon to just basically cycle his hand. He's gonna hit to the Sunrise Buster. He's gonna kill off that Dexmon on the left player field. He's gonna play his own Kari Tamer, and he's gonna just pass the turn immediately, even though he does have memory to work with. Now the left player does have some Dual Tamer to work with, and it's gonna gain him all the way to 6 memory, even though the turn is just passed to 3. Now how will he actually deal against the 3 Dexmon there, which is going to be very scary because now Dexmon does have an end of turn skill whereby you can just pop off all your lowest play costs. With 3 of them on the field, it's going to basically do a board wipe almost every turn. Now it's going to go for the Kazemon and to the Jet Sylphimon without any worry. It's going to heal 1, pushing up to 4 security I believe. And it's going to go for the Sakuyamon mid mode here, and it's going to draw 1 of course. It's going to play 1 option from his hand. Now we do see a Sunrise Buster from his hand. It's going to cast it. It's going to basically put it back into the security as well. So it's going to see what Tamer is going to play. It's going to go for the TK Izizumi Tamer. It's going to put in up to 5 security, and Sakuyama is going to swing at security while tapping that Dual Tamer and Kari. It's going to hit into the Jet Sylphimon. It's gonna go for the Crimson Blaze to just kill off the field, mainly just the Zephyrmon though for 2 costs, but this will pass the turn to the right player, but the right player does have a bunch of Dual Tamer once again. Gonna push him back all the way to 9 memory. Man, this is pretty insane, but how will he actually end the game here though, because he does have 5 security for the left side, and we do forget that Dexmon does clear the end of turn. He's gonna go for a TK first to start things off. Looking at 3 security, he's gonna pick up another TK. Very interesting play. To just cycle off the TKs, because TKs in the security can really hurt you when it doesn't go right. He's gonna go for another TK once again to just basically filter out the security. He's gonna pick up the Sakuyamon, which is a very popular and very strong card, and let's not forget it's an AA, and the AA is looking very nice. Now he's gonna go for the Sakuyamon on top of the Jet Sylphimon to play an option. He's gonna play the Fire Tornado, which is usually very annoying, but against the Digimon in Nursery, it's not going to do too much. He does have the TK Izizumi to gain some memory here. He's just going to push him to 5 memory only though, because both players have more than 3 security. Consuming the Gumon here to draw 2 cards, starts into the Fire Tornado, which we've seen the Sakuyamon putting it in the previous turn. It's going to go for the Dexmon here, which is simply going to just de-evolve the Sakuyamon. It's going to go for the Sunrise Buster, which I believe is going to kill off one of the Dexmon here, because multiple Dexmon is such a scary sight. And it looks like it's going to just pass the turn here, and Dexmon of course kill the Gumon. And we do have 3 memory passed to the right player here, but of course he does have a bunch of Dual Tamer once again. Gonna gain him back all the way to 9 memory to work with again. It's gonna go for the Sunrise Buster to just pop off the Dexmon. It's gonna play the TK from that, and the TK will allow him to look at the 3 security. He's gonna pick up the Venusmon in the AA form, very nice. Gonna heal 1, putting him back to 3, and this will activate the Kari Tamer if he does wish to activate them. Looks like he's gonna go for that. He's gonna push him all the way to 6 memory. It's gonna evolve to the Venusmon here for 4 costs, and with 0 cards in the drop zone already, it's gonna go for the Susanomon finally for 7 costs. Gonna pick up a total of 10 hybrid Digimons and Tamers alike, and it's gonna put to the bottom of the deck. It's gonna shuffle and of course arrange them. Just speed this up because it's just him searching for the Tamers and the hybrids, and of course gonna arrange them accordingly. It's gonna put them to the top deck. It's gonna draw 1 for evolution, and the left player will definitely gain some memory thanks to the Easy Izumi and TK Tamer, and of course the Tai Kamiya and Kari Tamer. That's gonna hatch to the last Digitama for him, and he does have 0 card in his deck now, so he's gonna go for the Susanomon turn no matter what this turn. But however, we do have the Venusmon, which does block off the on evolution destruction skill, which is gonna be very annoying. So I'm gonna go for the Susanomon here, and I'm gonna speed this up once again. So a total of 10 hybrid and Digimons and Tamers, of course. It's gonna arrange them accordingly. It's gonna draw 1 on evolution, but because of the Venusmon there, he can't actually activate the on destruction skill, so it's gonna just get popped off by the Dexmon, which is very unfortunate because that seems like a waste. But however, this does prevent him from getting decked out. I do have the Tamers getting him all the way to 9 memory once again. Gonna swing at security with the Venusmon to activate those Kari Tamers, and of course gonna see the Sunrise Buster, which was put there since the Sakuramon in the previous few turns. Gonna evolve to the Zephyrmon. It's gonna of course evolve to the Jet Sylphimon, which will put him up to 4 security here. It's gonna heal 1, or rather gain 1 memory thanks to the Kari Tamer. It's gonna swing at the security, pushing it down to 3. So this is a setup for his next turn to go for the lethal play. However, it's just gonna pass turn here because with 7 memory, I believe, for the left player, he's not able to clear off that 4 security even though he does have a Gilmon in the nursery. So this is a very heads up play for the right player to actually imagine a scenario like this. I'm gonna swing at the security here, thus pushing out the 3. You're gonna see that one of the hybrid coming down in the form of Kazemon for 2 costs, but this is what is gonna be very surprising. It's gonna be the Atomic Inferno, and the Kazemon is basically swinging for like 14k DP with 2 checks. That's hit into 2 Zephyrmons there, and does have 2 more hybrids to end the game here. And the Atomic Inferno really steal this game here from the right player, and we are going to a game 3. Very interesting tech card from the left player. The left player will start first this time around. It's going to go for the TK Easy Izumi Tamer from the start. Not the best starting hand, I would say, because you're missing the Gilmon, you're missing the TK, so that's pretty unfortunate. While the right player does have the Gilmon, and of course the Pyrosphere to draw 2 cards, you know, very strong play, and does have the TK Tamer, which will allow him to look at the 5 security. It's going to pick up 1 of the Zephyrmon adding it to hand, so the security must be looking pretty stacked. Now the left player does have 2 memory to work with. He's going to push out the Tamer and then evolve to the Kazemon. Very early, I would say. It's going to swing at the security as well. Does hit into another Kazemon, which is very unfortunate, so it's going to die. It's just going to go for the Zoe Tamer, look at the security. It's going to pick up the Zephyrmon, adding it to hand as well. So the right player does start off the turn with 3 memory, thanks to the Zoe and of course the TK to Ashoi. Now we do have the Gilmon swinging at the security, draw 2. And that's hit into the Fire Tornado, which is like the best case scenario because it doesn't die, the Gilmon stays alive, and it's going to be very annoying if it's not dealt with. The left player does draw into his own Gilmon, and it looks like he does draw into the Pyrosphere, which will cast immediately to kill off that Gilmon because you really don't want it to stay alive. Seeing your opponent draw 4 cards just feels pretty painful, especially with such a card like Gilmon and Digimon, which is basically just a rookie evolution. We do see the Jet Sylphimon coming down here, and it's going to basically be free cost thanks to the Kari Tamer. Jet Sylphy does hit into the security and does survive, which is a very good thing for the right player because Jet Sylphimon not dying, it just means that the left player have to deal with it as soon as possible, and does hit into the Sunrise Buster with the Gilmon. So not the best for him, but like I said in the first game, it's a good absorption because the Sunrise Buster is mainly used to clear off the bigger Digimon such as Dexmon and of course Susanomon. I do see a Kari Tamer being played here. It looks like just gonna pass the turn. Very unfortunate because he doesn't have any red based Digimon. The Gilmon died, or not he could have casted the Sunrise Buster, and this will allow him to use the Jet Sylphimon to swing again at the security, pushing down to 2 security already, which is pretty nasty and a very tight situation. Now we of course see the Kari Tamer gaining 1, and we do see the Gilmon top draw, so the right player is definitely on fire. This game is definitely going, or rather flowing very well for him. Now we do see the Pyrosphere drawing 2 more cards. It's going to go for the Zoe Tamer to just pass nicely 3 memory to left player, even though he does have the TK Takashi and AZ Zumi to just guarantee 4 memory for this turn. I don't really see a way out of this unless he does have the Venusmon in this specific turn. So he does go for the Zephyrmon, and he does have Atomic Inferno from the previous turn, so all Digimons will gain security attack +1. Looks like he's just going to abuse it, swing and security. They're going to use the Karitame to gain 1 thanks to Jesufin, but he does die to the Dexmon. Ooh, that got hurt. You do see the Kazemon coming down. He's going to swing and security once again with 2 checks, but he does hit into the Susanomon. Man, the right player is on fire for this game for sure, because all the cards just play nicely for him. Now we do see the Gilmon being pushed out. He's going to swing and security, just going to draw 2. That's into the Crimson Blaze, we just take off the Gilmon. The last one will be the Sunrise Buster, but there's no Tamer to kill the Jesufimon, and this will be a quick game 3. Now this is the deck list if you guys are interested in, which actually won the Evo Cup. And this will be the one that actually has a spicy tag of the Atomic Inferno. Now thank you guys for watching till the end, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you guys do enjoy the content.